Hey, this is Matt with NorCal Bushcraft, and it's been a few weeks since I've made any videos. I've been really busy with school and work, so I haven't really been able to get out. But today I got a comment from a viewer who was asking me about my Cold Steel Tomahawk, and he asked me just to do an update review on it since my unboxing and my using. So I'm going to just go over this really quick. Let's get a throw in here and I'll go over the Tomahawk. This is my throwing tree. This is an old dead pine, slowly rotting away, and tons of woodpecker holes in it from them storing their nuts, and I'm sure it probably won't last maybe another year or two, but not all this destruction is mine. So the Rifleman's Tomahawk here, I haven't done too many modifications just because of time, but I started putting some notches in the bottom here, one for like aesthetics, just for the look, and also, you know, just creates a little bit of traction. Someone asked me, why don't you wrap the bottom? Well, I really want to keep the traditional look of a Tomahawk. The one thing that does stand out that's not too traditional about this Tomahawk is the duct tape. The one thing I found, it has this hex screw here, and the hex screw, when throwing the Tomahawk, when you catch it on the head or somewhere and it causes the head to shift down, it puts a real big notch, carves out a notch, and it's all the way around. It's really worn. So what I've had to do is I had to wrap the top of the hickory handle with duct tape to just create a snugger fit. You don't have to have the hex screw. I still have it in there. I'm really contemplating about taking it out. There's really no need for it to be there. I'd like to be able to take this head off if I needed to use it for a planer or for whatever reason. I haven't taken this black finish off. I've seen a lot of guys do that. I'd like to do that. It's a really nice addition to it. I've sharpened the edge, and sorry I haven't made a video yet on how to sharpen the axe head here, but what I will suggest is to go to my favorites, and I save a lot of the projects that I want to do, or the projects that I'm going to be doing, and things that I like in my favorites. I have I think the axe throwing video that I found that I used to learn how to throw the axe. It's really not that difficult when throwing a Tomahawk. For the single throw, for when the axe does one revolution and sticks in the tree, you take about 5 steps away from the tree, and that's probably about 15 feet away. My step's probably about a 3-footer, a yard step, and you just find what your rotation is. If you're over rotating and the axe is hitting the tree, it means that you're too far away, or you're throwing too fast. If the axe comes in and hits on the bottom, then it means you're too close. When it comes in and whacks the bottom, it means you're too close. So it's just a matter of learning your distance. And it's really simple. I came out and learned it in just one day. It's loads of fun. I don't do it all the time. I don't carry my Tomahawk with me all the time, but it is a lot of fun. Now, Tomahawks aren't the greatest for processing wood, and the reason I say that is because it's so thin along the top. It's thin because it's thin, it does create a lighter. Anyways, when processing wood, and I might throw some in there of me processing wood, it doesn't split the wood as well. A normal splitting axe, wood cutting axe, will have a fatter head which will allow it to wedge into the wood. This kind of just drives in like a nail, and it's a little bit difficult to get out at times. So that's the downside. Alright, well I got some really hard oak here, and it's really dry, which is good, but hard. So I'm going to start just shoving a wedge down to help the axe continue the split down the wood. And so I'll just continue just to put it into the crack there. Just wedge the axe down there. Now this isn't the best axe for this kind of stuff. It's real narrow. Normally an axe will be thicker at the head, which will allow it to split better. Of using a tomahawk, the upside it's a lot lighter. Now, for my purposes and you know what I want a tomahawk for, this tomahawk is a little bit too heavy for me. There's the smaller tomahawk, and I'll annotate that, I can't remember what it's called offhand. And I feel for like a self-defense weapon and for a simple cutting implement, excuse me, that it'd be a lot better. This one's just a bit on the heavy side. Now you can't really tell because my handle is so dirty right now that I've put a little bit, because the hickory handle is such a light, almost white wood, I've stained it just slightly. And I think it really kind of brings out the authentic, almost gives it like a seasoned look. But I've been using this quite a bit, so the handle is dirty. So you're not going to see too much of the stain. You can refer back to my other video on this tomahawk and see how light the handle was. I plan on continuing these carvings in the tomahawk. Alright, well that's the review, my update review on the Cold Steel Riflemen Tomahawk. Thanks for watching, and get out and enjoy the outdoors.